It's not something you see every day. People digging through a dumpster in an alley behind a grocery store.
They're a little bit moldy.
Oh, they're just kind of gross, right?
Oh, mangoes. Yeah. Who wants mangoes? Good eye, man.
Most of these people have never been this intimate with a dumpster before. They're here to learn how dumpster diving works.
These are like the onions that we have.
There's a bunch of mangoes if anyone's interested.
Oh, I'm totally interested.
Yeah, totally.
I've always heard about dumpster diving, but I never really wanted to do it by myself because I don't really know what it entails. So I figured this was a good chance to kind of like dive in and see what it's all about, literally.
So you've never done it before?
No, I haven't.
And what about you?
I've never done it before either, and same thing, I just wanted to learn, and, you know, from people who kind of knew what was what.
Alex Briggs is a member of Midnight Kitchen, the group of students at McGill University that put on the dumpster diving workshop.
So an important thing, especially when you do start digging in the dumpsters, is that you don't want to leave them at least as like tidy and put together as you find them, because if you don't, then that makes more work for someone whose job it is to deal with this stuff.
William Ray and Marianique Mercure are dumpster diving veterans. Today they're dumpster diving at a place they call the Golden Dumpster.
Il y a beaucoup d'emballage aujourd'hui, là, on est un peu déçus. Ouais. Ah ouais? Ah ben. Nous, on se nourrit de cette poêle-là depuis 2 ans. Je suis contente que ces cochons puissent manger à leur faim, là. And I mean, there's at least 100% depending that eats out of this dumpster that comes every week to make their grocery here. So yeah, it's gonna be a shock, I guess, for everybody to learn that the golden dumpster is not shining anymore.
So this is a really bad haul for this dumpster. Normally we'd get 3 times this amount, or we have got 3 times this amount of perfectly saleable food. Like you see here, the milk isn't even past date.
On the way home, they decided to stop by a dumpster they check once in a while.
Look at this. That is a lot of food.
Okay, I think it's gonna be it after that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. You want to take this whole case?
Yeah, can you help? Oh yeah. It's the new golden dumpster! Yay! The day ends happily.
What do you think, William?
I think it's crazy that they're throwing all this out.
We're gonna send an email to, we have a list of 100 people in Saint-Henri. We're gonna send an email for people to know that the dumpster is full of yummy food.
Mercure and Ray are part of a growing community of dumpster divers in Montreal. Today they're at a meeting of a group called Food Not Bombs, which they joined about a year and a half ago. Food Not Bombs is a political activist movement. They're against spending on armies when people at home are going hungry.
And it was in part to show the wastage of food that goes on in North America. Something like 50% of all food is wasted between us, the wholesalers, the grossists, and also to provide something to eat for people that were protesting.
Food Not Bombs member Devin Schaefer is preparing food for people at the meeting, fresh from the dumpster.
Always wash everything, dunk it in vinegar, wash it again, cut off all the moldy bits, and just sort of inspect it, make sure that it's good for human consumption.
If not for Schaefer and his group, this food would have ended up in a landfill. There are no firm statistics for Canada, but published accounts suggest that as much as half of the food produced in this country goes to waste. Richard DeCarry is president of Food Banks Quebec. He says he doesn't know exactly how much food is wasted here, but he does know that a lot of people depend on food banks.
We are surprised, usually when we hear those numbers, that a rich country like Canada or a province like Quebec have so much waste in one part, and also the need is very important. Across Canada, it's over 800,000 people that are going to food banks monthly, In Quebec, it's 310,000 and more monthly that go to food banks. So we see that the important part, the role that it plays. I used to own a supermarket myself, so I know the amount of fresh food that you have to throw away. But that's part of the obligations of the commerce system.
We did an informal survey of 25 major grocery stores in Montreal, including Provigo, Metro, IGA, and Loblaws. All but 2 of the stores we spoke to said that they throw away perishable food that they aren't able to sell. Many people believe so much food ends up in the garbage instead of being donated to organizations like food banks because grocery stores are worried that they could be sued if someone gets sick. Palvinder Singh is the manager at Supermarché PA.
Like rotten stuff, they have sometimes we have rotten. They are not good, you cannot use that. So that's why maybe they don't want to give it. If somebody gets sick, they don't want to take responsibility, you know.
Lawyer Jeremy Davernat says it would be very difficult for a store owner to be held legally responsible for giving away expired food.
The Good Samaritan clause, which is the Article 1471, if you must know, says that there's an exemption of liability for anyone who provide without free of charge food or goods or any property for the benefit of someone else. Grocery stores are really used to severe regulations and legislation due to the fact that the food must be clean, must be well packed, so they're really conscious about these matters. Maybe they think that this obligation follows when it's a dumpster, but that's not the case.
Small, independent grocers, on the other hand, are more likely to donate food.
I'm Callie. I'm a collective member on the Midnight Kitchen. And so that's why I'm here at the PA today to do a pickup, to take the food that they would otherwise throw away and put it in our fridge so we can serve hundreds of people with it.
So we're going in now?
Yeah, let's go in.
We have tomato, mango, orange, we have carrot. This is one very nice tomato, make a sauce, tomato sauce.
They're giving this food away, but why are they doing it?
This food is everything nice, but the people don't like it. Oh, this is soft, I don't want, they want to hard, this and that. Look, this is the paper, it's good, little bit of broth. Customer can buy this one.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna throw it. We're gonna try to help the people.
Can you show me?
You see, nice paper still.
Yeah.
So if the real issue isn't a legal one, why are we wasting so much food? Is there a cultural factor at work? Father Jim Pratt is the rector of St. Philip's Anglican Church in Montreal's West End.
Those in the middle class and up have more than enough in terms of money and able to put food on the table. So we don't think about waste. And it's also a matter of, I hesitate to say greed, but I think it is greed, that wanting to always have more than enough.
Our tendency to throw away food without thinking about it is a societal phenomenon, says food marketing expert Dr. Jordan LaBelle.
I think there's a culture of convenience, and there's also another issue here that by being removed from our food source, many people have never been on a farm, don't know what it takes to produce a pound of corn, a pound of whatever. By not knowing, by not seeing the true cost of production, it is very easy to treat your food as yet just another commodity.
Fiona Keats is the director of the NDG Food Depot. She agrees our societal attitudes are to blame.
You know, we live in such a consumeristic society where we want perfect tomatoes that don't have a little blemish on them, and so if they don't look beautiful, you know, they're taken off the shelves and they're put in the garbage.
Over time, we are taught from a very young age that oranges are orange and bananas have to be, bright yellow and so on. So we have these sort of mental models, these mental representations, and advertising usually plays into them.
The way people in rich countries like Canada look at food is one of the main reasons why grocery stores have to throw away so much perfectly good food. Even then, some grocers such as Metro do make an effort to give canned food and perishable products to Montreal's main food bank, Moisson Montréal.
I see the industry like a truck, a four-wheel truck, I would say. So the first wheel is the producers, the second one is the manufacturers, and the third one is the distributors. The fourth wheel is the food bank, and all organizations involved with recuperation of food. And at the last stage, the spare wheel is the garbage guys.
Even the garbage man agrees.
The people don't have enough money, especially around here. I don't know. I don't live here. I live in Laval, but I look at the people. Some have money, some are poor. I understand poor people. Just go inside. Instead of throwing the garbage, give them to the poor.
Last year, Moisson Montréal distributed about 7 million kilograms of food to smaller food banks like the NDG Food Depot. Today, Dave is loading a truck with the NDG Food Bank's share.
I'll get on the back.
Big grocery stores donate food to Moisson Montréal and its partners because they know the same strict health and safety standards that the food industry must follow are being adhered to.
We were brought by the law to ensure that we are giving formation to the people, the staff. So now it's a process that started in 2009, and it's very well received. And government is giving formation sessions across Quebec, across Canada also. It's starting in other provinces.
But even with food banks doing all they can to feed the hungry, a lot of food still goes to waste.
Yeah, I think it's pretty depressing that 50% of all food goes in the waste, and that at big box stores down the street they're dumping food, and then 600 people are filing in 10 blocks away because they don't have enough food to eat. Like, something doesn't add up in that picture.
That lack of communication is why Food Banks Quebec wants to modernize the food bank system. DeCarey believes that with technology, 2 to 3 times more food can be diverted from ending up in the trash.
We are in the era of the internet, and we think at Food Banks Quebec that we can link them together just by having databases that will bring the food when it's available with a rapid distribution potential. So if you bring that into a system where you can put your needs and the other one can put the reality of the availability, you don't need them to talk together. The system will decide what part will be going to that area.
While food banks and the food industry work together to improve the system, there will always be waste. So groups like the one at McGill, Midnight Kitchen, will continue to cook and serve recovered food.
Well, this is probably less than usual, just a little bit. Usually the lineup would be going another 30 feet probably in the other direction.
But at the end of the day, if people are being fed and less food is being wasted, does it really matter where it came from?